than 2 weeks away from the continuing resolution, the one that funds the federal government, from running out again. The deadline for a budget to be passed in Congress is the 16th of the month. And one of the main sticking points has been the military funding for wars overseas, particularly, of course, Ukraine and Israel. Despite new polling showing the American public overwhelmingly is in favor of continuing to send aid to those nations. Our Alina Shirazi is live in Washington to break down the numbers. Alina, it's the song that never ends, getting to a long-term spending plan.
It sure is, Adrian. Good morning to you guys. Well, a new letter from the Office of Management and Budget is addressed directly to the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, asking Congress to act quickly, saying that money will in fact run out by the end of the year if they don't do something.
In part, the letter made public reads, "I want to be clear, without congressional action by the end of the year, we will run out of resources to procure more weapons and equipment for Ukraine and to provide equipment from U.S. military stocks. There is no magical pot of funding available to meet this moment. We are out of money and nearly out of time." News Nation's exclusive new Decision Desk HQ poll found a majority of Americans, roughly 60%, support the idea of the U.S. supplying Ukraine with some sort of military aid, but Americans are split as to the extent to which the U.S. should help. 24% believe the U.S. should provide Ukraine with military aid with conditions. 22% believe the same, but without conditions. But both of those groups agree that the U.S. should not send troops into the region. About 26% believe the U.S. should lead negotiations to reach a ceasefire, but should not provide Ukraine with military aid or send troops into the region. The debate over aid to Israel and Ukraine are in full swing in Congress. Here where things stand. Last month, Biden asked Congress to approve $106 billion in funding, which includes aid for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. But Republicans want extra funding for border security before they agree to that deal. As the clock winds down to get a deal done, Defense Secretary Austin is calling on Congress to not only pass more funding, but also warning against isolationism in these conflicts.
You'll hear some people try to brand an American retreat from responsibility as bold new leadership. So when you hear that, make no mistake, it is not bold, it is not new, and it is not leadership.
And we learned that President Joe Biden has requested a classified briefing tomorrow. He wants to meet with senators to discuss both packages for Israel and Ukraine, or maybe there'll be one. I guess we'll see. Marky?
We'll follow that meeting closely and see what comes of it. Alina, thanks so much.